We have Judith Awachitando. He's been, or she currently is located in the Central Business District of Accra. Judith?
Hi, Roland.
Yes. Where do you find yourself, and what's your scene or site like? What description can you give us?
Okay, so I'm currently at the Makola market here in Accra, and of course, the members of the Ghana Union Traders Association of Ghana had earlier vowed to close down their shops by Wednesday, 19th of October, which happens to be today. And yes, we can see that most of the shops here have been closed. Most of them have not opened their shops. They are not ready to work. A lot of shops here, actually, at the Makola market have been closed. I'm seeing a shop, a pharmacy, actually, that has actually opened, because I think that they are not part of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. But most of the other shops here have closed down as a result of the directive that was given to them by the heads of the association. Now, most of the people who came to buy food actually have to limit themselves to the streets or the hawkers on the streets because of what is happening. And so a lot of them are not having access to any of these shops to get any of their goods to buy. They have to go to the vendors that are downstairs, that are on the streets, that are selling other stuff on the streets because they can't get anything to buy here at the shop. So yes, these people have actually adhered to the directive by the heads of the Ghana Union of Traders Association. Earlier, they said that the reason for locking down their shops is that the city is continually depreciating, and so they are affecting. That is affecting their businesses. That is affecting their livelihoods as well. And of course, they also say that the taxes are high as of now, and so they cannot continue to work in such conditions. So all of them have locked down their shops. You can see from the visuals that most of them have closed their shops, and yes, people have limited themselves to the streets to buy and sell food.
Well, so do they intend in any way reopening or opening the shops any time of the day today, or it's a full day's activity of protest?
Well, it looks like a full day activity. Some of the traders here tell me that they are not sure that these traders are going to open their shops anytime soon because they are deciding to adhere to the directive by their heads to close down their shops. I don't even know whether they will move on to the next day. It looks like this is not going to end anytime soon. A lot of them are just not going to come to work. I even met some people who came to buy some stuff, and they say that because of the fact that they can't get food to buy, they have to just go back home because almost all the shops here are closed.
And they are willing to lose their daily revenue just to make a point?
Well, it looks like, yes, they are actually willing to lose that daily revenue just to make this point. Because, of course, once they are not making any profits, once they are making losses on a daily, they are definitely going to lock down their shop. They feel that this is a better option for them to close down their shop just to make the point to government to do something about this particular situation. And so they'd rather close down their shops than to sit here and make losses on a daily basis.
Well, Judith Awachitando is in the heart of the Central Business District, Makola Market right here in Accra. And it is because the Ghana Union of Traders Association has decided to embark on a shop closure agitation. That followed a discussion they had with the government team, for which they were not satisfied. And we had an interaction with Dr. Joseph Obing, who is the president of GUTA, but also laid down the issues and said they ideally would have been for what initiatives the government was undertaking to make sure that they restored the economy back on track, but they had no where else to turn to than to protest and raise those concerns they have. The falling city, new revenue measures that have been introduced by the Ghana Revenue Authority, and then the declining stock that they have for which they can raise enough money to go buy in dollars. That's a big concern. And Mr. Titus Glover, we need to have some intervention undertaken as quickly as possible.
I've said, and let me repeat myself, that this protest from GUTA members is their legitimate right to go ahead and do it, to draw the attention of government, their challenges and the difficulties that they are going through. And I've said it, that government indeed welcome their concern of whatever they are going through, and they are doing everything possible to deal with this issue called depreciation of our city. Do you understand? So it is early morning yet. It's just a little over 8 o'clock. Normally by now they should be opening, but because of their protests that their national union have asked them to do, that is why they are seeing that. But you ask a very legitimate question, that do they prefer to lock up their shops and lose revenue that will be coming in? It's an individual decision. It's a collective decision of their group. That is what they wanted to do, to drum home hard of their concern. I welcome it in all aspects. But clearly, I have said it. We are not in normal time. We cannot pretend to be saying that, yes, we are happy the situation we find ourselves. And the way my brother is going, sitting on a high horse, so happy that the way we find ourselves, we should be in that situation. No, that is not at all. We welcome every situation. We welcome every situation. We welcome every input. And some of these critics, we welcome it too.
Mr. Tekogloba, the question I asked was that,
so clearly,
if we have a siege situation as we have it, the bulk of traders who are in the trading space, who will give the needed revenue to government and the revenue authorities,
we are not
agitating. We should have some public pictures or show of empathy where we have the finance minister, the president meeting them, because this is an emergency situation. It sends us some positive signal, don't you think?
Roland, I agree with you.
Because I know that if you were in that office as finance minister, you would have done that.
Listen to me. The president was in Kumasi. You know, earlier on, before he got to Kumasi, they had some few days to lock up their shops.
Where's the finance minister? Where's his deputy?
I don't know where they... So please, what do you mean, what is the president in Kumasi?
He's not doing anything.
What do you mean, what is the president doing in Kumasi?
He's commissioning.
Do you see what is going on?
Please
stop that. Stop this.
Let him have his bite. Let him have his bite. Let him have his bite.
Who is wasting your time?
The president, what are you doing?
Please.
Fred, I don't like what you are doing.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I don't like that.
Okay, let's proceed.
What do you mean what the president doing in Kumasi?
It should come back to
So clearly, the president is expected in town today, Wednesday. So clearly, a lot of things have been done. And the fact that you don't see anything, doesn't mean nothing is being done. They have arranged to go on their protest. But beyond the protest, in the midst of their protest, some discussion are ongoing. People are talking. So in the fact that you don't see that, doesn't mean nothing is being done.
Well, we need to see it physically.
So you want to see anything to show to the cameras that these
it's not just cameras. It shows a certain signal. It's like the president making those comments while on his visit to the Ashanti region. You see, you are here defending it for 20 minutes. You'll be defending what the president has said.
Of course, I have to defend it.
Yeah, because if the president was very clear in the message
your concern
is sent through the channel,
some
you wouldn't have come here.
Following the ministers of state as to how they are engaging these GUTA people. Is that what you are saying? Respectfully, I want to know.
Okay.
So I'm saying that the fact that you're not seeing the cameras does not mean that nothing is being done.
Something is being done?
Of course. You don't expect to be in government that a whole group of people, business guys are saying that they are going to lock their shops and government will not ready to meet them. It's not going to be done. I know that something is being done. They are meeting their leaders. They are talking. They are engaging. So with all due respect,
I'm asking the question because when you were Deputy Minister of Transport, and I've interacted with you in my other phase of work, and you genuinely know that when there were agitations within the transport sector, you genuinely were on with your minister, Mrs. Siama. You're genuinely interacting with them. There was the press that came in. It showed a certain... That's why I'm asking whether the modus operandi you adopted while you were Deputy Minister of State, that modus operandi cannot be adopted by the Finance Ministry headed by Ken Oforiatta and his deputies.
With all due respect.
With all due respect too. Please your response.
Everybody needs style.
His style is...
The way he handles things.
But your style was better.
That is me. That is Titus Glover. And I can tell you that the fact that they've locked their shops doesn't mean that nothing has been done. Clearly, a lot has been done. They are going on their protests. At the end of the day, something good will come out of it.
Okay.
And Fred says something that he doesn't see the benefit of this 1D1F that government has supported the private sector in all these areas. If you give employment to one person, it's a lot. Government generally cannot give jobs to anybody. Everybody. We cannot. I don't want to do politics here, but don't create the impression as if you sat on a high horse and provided employment to everybody in this country. We were here.
Well, that's why they were voted out.
You were here.
That's why they were voted out.
When there was this,
that's why they
concern.
were voted out.
Hold on. What did the former president say? He said he's not a magician.
That is why they were voted out. 2016.
You say you are coming to defend him.
I'm coming to defend him.
He was not a magician. He wasn't a magician to provide jobs. What do you call my senior, Dr. What do you call it? The West Central MP, Rashid Pepu. He said graduates should go to the round and cut grass.
Yeah, he did say that. Yeah.
Cut grass and put them on the road and sell. Go and look for stones and cut them. So when the government has supported private sector to put up factories, an import substitution project,
that should be commended.
We shouldn't talk about it. When you give one soul a job, it's a lot in this country.
Well, take it.
So please,
when we come back, we'll have some responses from Fred Agbenyu, and then we'll genuinely go into the issues and look at how we resolve the agitations that have been embarked upon by the Ghana Union of Traders Association. It's still New Day, right here on TV3. Stay with us. Judith Awachitando is in the heart of the Central Business District of Accra. And for many of you who know Accra, you call it Mokola. And it's because the Ghana Union of Traders Association, they've decided to close their shops. And we're talking about a value chain of importers, those who do wholesaling, retailing, and subsequently those who depend on them. And we're talking about those who go and buy from the retailers, the kayaye, etc. Today, no job for them. It's a huge revenue loss for the economy. But Honorable Titus Glover is saying that government does empathize with the situation. And on the sidelines, there certainly is some meeting. He's not certain about that, but he knows that generally government will not function without engaging the agitating traders. Fred.
Roland, I asked a question earlier.
Which question was that? I asked the question. You don't answer the question.
What's the president really doing in the Ashanti region?
Oh, please, we've passed.
But the issue that we have on hand is a major.
You mean the closure of the shops?
Yes, it's an emergency situation.
And so he should stop the trip.
All the running around Ashanti region, the so-called project he said is commissioning and looking at. I think that assemblymen, DCs, worst case, a regional minister can do. We don't need him there now. All the ministers from Ashanti region are with him. All the appointees from Ashanti region are with him. They are driving around in siren, making noise all over the place. That is not what Ghanaians are looking for. If somebody is close to the president, tell him to return to Accra. There is crisis here. Come and engage the leadership of GUTA. That is the most important thing. Already there's huge unemployment in this country. My brother said actually about unemployment. Go and check the data that Secretary just put out. Second quarter of this year. Unemployment, the 13 million people who are between the ages of 15 and whatever it is. 35, the working population is about 13.9%. At the time we're exiting office, go and check the unemployment rate. My brother, you people are not in touch with the reality. That Kayayo girl that you just mentioned, that goes there to go and carry a few things so you can get
no job
money.
for them today.
No job for them.
Yeah, that's true.
The drivers who go there and cut people from, no job for them. It's a major issue. And so the president will stop wasting time, wasting resources in Ashanti region. Return to Accra. Come and engage these people. This finance minister, even the media, he doesn't want to engage the media houses. He has agreed on the number of media houses he wants to talk to.
I don't understand.
Once you are not on its list, but the man is not available to anybody. It's not available to anybody. The man is just there making money for himself and his family. Finish. He doesn't care. And he has the full backing and support of the president. Otherwise, by now, the president, the finance minister should be moving towards Accra. Yes, the cameras is important because he gives some hope to the citizenry that, the minister is showing concern. He's engaging the people. He's interacting with the people. Everybody is seeing it. That is how we govern. You give hope. You empathize. You show assurance. You don't sit in the comfort of your office and be drinking tea and be watching and be laughing. We don't govern like that. We don't govern like that. It's as if you are taking everybody for granted. You don't care about what's happening in the country. You don't care. The finance minister should move from his office. Please, move.
It's in Washington.
It's in Washington as we speak.
Yes, IMF is.
Can you imagine?
Oh no, but it's a fair.
Please.
What are you talking about?
This is a man who not too long ago told us that as for IMF, no way. We are not going there. 3 days, even before they declared they are going to IMF, they told the whole world as for IMF, they will never go there. They have all the solutions. They have the men. They have the men. Now they say the men have come area boys. Before disappeared. The vice president is threatening the whole place, campaigning. Ghana is in crisis. GUTA has closed down their shops. They are not interested. The president is not interested. I'll shame Ghanaians. It's only those who are blind, who are not seeing what I am doing.
Oh, what do you mean?
That's what the president is saying in Ashanti region. That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling Ghanaians. I am sad. I'm getting
Are
worried.
you paraphrasing him or?
You didn't hear him?
What did he say?
Sometimes, as if you don't listen to the man he speaks. I know the way he speaks, his voice is sometimes away, but please try and listen. I beg you, try and listen to him. When you listen, you will hear what the man is saying. Where we are in a very serious problem. And we want to see leadership. We want to see somebody rising up to be counted that, no, we can't continue this way. Nana Akufo-Addo, please, show leadership. Ghana is sinking. Show leadership. We didn't vote for you to come and be trolling and having fun. They might start having fun.
Oh, but he just commissioned the Swami interchange. He's been working constantly over it. And then also a number of projects, judges' bungalows had been also commissioned as well.
So the regional minister are not going to commission those things?
Oh, what do you mean by that?
Judges' bungalow. You put down bungalows in Accra here. We spent so much money to build bungalows for Supreme Court judges. You put the bungalows down in the name of the cathedral. Then the next moment you are in Ashanti region saying that you are commissioning bungalows for judges. What is this? What a contradiction. Are we serious? And we should applaud you after you have put down bungalows in Accra. Bungalows that are supposed to house judges. When we have virgin land that you could have used to build a so-called cathedral. Reasoning will not prevail. Everybody appeal to you. Please don't pull down those buildings. Passport office, you pull down everything. Today you are in Kumasi with cameras. That we should applaud you. You have booked a place for this thing.
Let me take a number of comments.
What are we talking about?
Let me take a number of comments. And well, so we'll just have it on the screens. And under this government, the CD is the worst ever in the history of Ghana. May God help us all. And that's from Malom. We are not saying there are no external factors. We are only asking why Ghana is the country with the worst performing currency. And that's from Michael. Apart from going to the IMF, this government has no plan to rescue the country. If no other plan is on the table to stabilize the cedi, things will get worse. That's from Richard. From Philip, he's saying, he's giving us a suggestion that the president should at least respect the citizens. Daniel says, all our problems are based on the cedi-dollar ratio, which means the fundamentals are weak. He's taking a cue from the vice president, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Now let's get on to Facebook. And okay, so these are Facebook comments. So we have a couple of them. Many of you on Facebook also have been giving us some nice comments and viewership as well. Please make sure that you keep staying with TV3NewDay. It should go with the same hashtag as well, Johnny's Bites. And then we'll have some great insight into other things that we have to do. Please, let's wrap up. What should be the immediate consultation by government with the GUTA members? I think this is an emergency
Let me
situation.
say that the statement made by the president in Kumasi was very unfortunate. But I can say that he doesn't mean any harm.
Rephrase, I didn't hear you.
What
You
I'm
said
saying is
that the president's statement in Kumasi is unfortunate.
The one he said, the naysayers you are talking about initially, were unfortunate, but he doesn't mean any harm. What he's trying to say is that the end of this project will really
justify
all the good intentions he has for the people in Ashanti region. The fact that he's going to Ashanti region is part of the work that he's doing. So if Fred is coming, you should leave Ashanti region and come back.
Because we have a crisis, so
please.
Revenue.
Please.
The whole day.
Please. A lot has been done. Discussions are ongoing. And at the end of the day,
who is discussing with GUTA?
The vice president on the field, president on the field, ministers in New York.
No,
I'm just providing for the conversation.
Do you know that you've been and a very problematic this morning?
Like a govado.
You see,
like a govado.
You know I can do worse than that.
I'm not asking you a question.
Respect the half of Roland.
Thank you very much.
I only have your conversation.
So thank you very much.
Bro,
I will spare you that.
Your new quartet
so clearly, I welcome, and the president
they should appoint the finance minister.
Oh, please.
The president respects every voter. Without them, he wouldn't have been where he is. Sometimes the pressure is there. You can understand. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So he respects every single vote.
And he talks the way he does.
So please, the GUTA issue, I can assure you, they are meeting them. I can give you the feedback after here. And I respect their decision just to drum home hard the challenge that they are going through. And government is not saying that we don't appreciate your concern. We do. But like I said, we are not in normal times. Whatever you do. And I provide some few points that could help. One, let's look at the GIPC, the stated capitals that they have.
For the medium to
it's
long
only in the
term.
books.
Yes.
They should lodge them in the accounts. Because you have $4.something billion and these are all on paper. They should lodge them in the accounts.
The Chinese bring goods.
Then also,
of money.
Fred, I'm coming there. Then let's look at the profit repatriation regimes. Try to stagger. The finance minister, we should meet them.
Yeah.
We should meet them.
You can't repatriate
because you repatriate all these things.
Yeah.
Because the demand for the dollar is so difficult. This is what we go through. Do you understand? That is two. The refinery. Recently, government, they've bought some machines for the furnace, about $73 million on Tamale refinery. We should make it operational. When the refinery is working, we'll get all that we want to get here. The OMCs will come in as a respite to deal with the situation. How do we consume made in Ghana produce?
It's taking us too long, 6 years.
Most in Ghana. Then the China malls. I understand they put one around the Botiana area and the shopping mall. What's the name of that shopping mall? West Hills. It's collapsing. This is an agenda of the Chinese. When they come and they look at an opportunity, they take advantage. They go to their homes, they give them goods, come and dump them here, sell,
but we
and
have
they people
allowed
out.
it. That's why you're saying.
I agree.
That's what you're saying.
And I'm saying, let's look at these. You go to the one in the motorway. I have got friends who are saying that it's affecting the market in Ashamai. It's a concern to us.
And even in Tema as well.
You know, so let's look at some of these things. The finance ministry, the trade ministry, we look at all these things.
I have to admit that you have great ideas. I don't know whether they rhyme with the ideas on the corridors of power because you come and communicate so well. I keep wondering. These things, if we were doing them, would I reach someone?
Thank you so much.
Why is that you were not renominated as deputy or for
please.
I shouldn't go there. Please wrap up. Just a minute, sir.
Well,
a minute, 60 seconds, sir.
Oh,
today you've been firing, please. It's okay.
No, just friendly fire. A while ago, my brother was saying that Ghana's energy problem is not necessarily infrastructure and that it's financial. Tell him, if they like, they should put off one of the Plada Mary plants, they should put just one off and see if money will give us light today. It's an issue of infrastructure. Because
or a combination of both.
A combination of both. And so you must admit that the visionarian, President John Dramani Mahama, solved the problem when he came into office. You can't take credit for it. There is nothing new that this government has sat down, innovative ideas, as well to come out of this problem. All the things that my brother is talking about today, if indeed they have done it well, GUTA shouldn't be where they are now. They shouldn't be where they are now.
Are you saying your time GUTA didn't go to demonstration? They didn't go to protest?
You see, we have.
GUTA, didn't they protest?
You don't appreciate the situation which we are today. We are going to do a comparative analysis. You are going to ask what happened in 2015, 2016. When we are in 2022, and Ghanaians are dying. Empathize, you are referring us back to what happened years back.
We empathize with them.
See, the situation we have, my brother, if this thing continues for the next 1 week, this country will come to a halt. This country will come to a halt. Is that what you are preaching? We are all not praying for that. We don't wish for that. Is that what you are preaching? Because to affect all of us. And that is why I'm saying that, because we can't have a situation like this on hand
for me.
Just to end. No, we can't have a situation like this on hand.
How will you say since John, you've been on this thing?
As we speak now, the president Ashanti region,
here you go.
The vice president is running around campaigning. The finance minister is in New York. So who really is in charge of the country?
I don't know.
Finance minister is in New York to
Is he not working for the states?
negotiations with
Lead what
Are they
the
not working?
man doesn't believe in the
Is not
IMF.
part of their mandate?
You understand?
The honorable-
We have emergency in Accra.
Daniel need.
I said you stop throttling the village.
Need
They are working.
They should appoint you.
Oh,
You have
Fred,
great ideas.
Fred. You have been unruly.
No,
Fred.
not be unruly. I'm just saying that this man. has
The
great ideas.
Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, a former deputy minister for transport,
NPP.
former member of parliament, well-respected
NPP.
trade, if not labor unionist. Thank you for coming through. Fred Agbanyo, he says he has an eye on the South seat. If a constituency is created for 2024.
We don't get it. We'll take it.
Initially, Titus said he could get it.
I didn't say that.
But now he said
ambassador of SAR.
now he says he can't get it.
After this fire.
Well, for business news on the channel today, we're going to have some great insight into Ghana's discussions with the IMF in Washington, and it's ending tomorrow. So we'll bring you the possible fallout, what we've been able to gain so far, where we're heading towards that agreement with the IMF. We'll also bring you an update on the cedi, the depreciation against the dollar, especially in the other major trading currency. We'll also tell you how the cedi is depreciating